Choose 2 Whoppers or 2 crispy chicken sandwiches, or even mix and match one of each, all for just $6. Mix and match with the most popular burgers in Cayman is finally here, but only for a limited time. Available at all 5 locations across Island: 7 Mile Beach, Waterfront, Town Center, Walkers Road, and the newest location at Red Bay.
Hurricane season is here, and that means it's time to prepare. Stock up on the essentials with savings on canned goods, non-perishable foods, health and beauty items, hurricane kit essentials, and more. Pick up the Foster's Hurricane Preparedness Guide in-store or view it at fosters-iga.com for tips on hurricane safety, evacuation procedures, local shelters, and more. And follow Foster's IGA on social media for hurricane preparedness tips throughout the season.
It's Foster.
And now, The Business Buzz, an insightful and fresh take on a variety of issues that impact the local business environment. This is where we address the business topics that matter. Here's your host, Sabrina Turner.
Good morning, Cayman, and once again we bring you another Business Buzz right here on Radio Cayman. I'm your host, Sabrina Turner, and in this morning, in today's show, actually, we have 3 guests that we'll be featuring. Our first segment, we put the spotlight on T-Fit Personal Training Studios. After the 8 o'clock news, sports and weather update, I'll be pleased to be welcoming Mr. Mark Beckford of Mark Beckford & Co., who will be joining us. And then at the last quarter of our show, we'll put the spotlight on our proud sponsor, Pan American Life Insurance Group. We'll be having their Vice President, the Chief Executive Officer, our very own Mr. Teddy Clayton, and April Panton, Group Manager, joining us. But let's put the focus right now, and we're going to dance right into quite a fitting song between DJ Lynn behind the boards this morning, by Lando, one of my favorites. And we're going to dance straight into T-Fitness Personal Training Studio. And it's a pleasure to have Miss Trina Gillis and Ben Murray, personal trainers at T-Fit Personal Training Studios. It's a pleasure to have you on our show, and welcome.
Good morning.
Thank you very much.
Tell us a little bit about yourself before we get into what's T-Fitness all about. Trina.
Good morning. So I have been a personal trainer for about 15 years now. I've been in Cayman this time around for 6.5 years, and I was here for a few years back in 2006 as well. So we've just started a new personal training gym, private facility, and we've just brought on Ben as well with us.
Yeah, Mr. Gillis looks a bit intimidating.
Yeah, so I'm a personal trainer from London. Well, I'm from North England, but I was PTing in London for the last 2 years, and I've actually only been on island for about 4 months now.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Good. I guess just before the show we were talking, and it's a very interesting conversation it's going to be, because I'm going to throw the real Caymanian thing about personal training at you.
Okay,
Not speaking for everyone, but I'm quite sure a good majority, because Trina kind of linked with what I said. But, forget about that. We'll just morph straight into that during our conversation. But for the sake of those who have not heard about T-Fit Personal Training Studios, give us some background details and tell us about the main programs that are being offered.
So mainly we offer private training, so it's one-on-one training or small group or buddy training. Depending on what you are looking for, we do a lot of resistance training, weight training, cardiovascular training. Ben is doing our nutritional meal planning and advice for us as well.
It's amazing, because we were talking about the passion and the relationship that people in this hemisphere has with food. And it's pretty okay for some to have a thing of Slim Fast and a patty in their hand. What do you think about that?
Yeah, it's just, we all know that's
it's
not
a
healthy,
start.
Right? It's a start. Come on now. All right, you got to eat something, but is that a good option?
No, I'm sure not. What have you seen thus far with with the persons that you meet that have walked into your doors, and how they take nutrition?
Generally, people don't have the education of knowing how to control their weight through nutrition. And it's a little bit of education, just telling them what is in which food. So, for instance, like we were talking before about nuts being high in fat, therefore they're very high in calories, right? If you tell someone that, they'll naturally avoid nuts. So it's just letting people know a little bit more so that they can control things themselves. They don't always need that hand-holding.
So portion control is key, because what we consider our portion size is not necessarily reality. Like we were saying, nibbling on trail mix.
Yes.
You have to read the amount of servings and how much is serving, or just nibbling on cashews. There may be 6 pieces or 6 halves, but then we stop when we're halfway through the tin or the bag. There's a big difference.
That's a huge difference, yeah.
So it's actually taking out and, maybe measuring even, measuring it out, putting in a small baggie so you have portion size with you. So we're not just mindlessly sort of digging in.
One of the best things you can do to control your diet is just stick to your meals. If you want to have some nuts, put them in with your meal and then just have meal times. If you don't snack, you'll see a big difference.
Grazing is another topic.
Yeah, exactly.
Why should everyone make health and fitness part of their lifestyle? Some may think dancing and the many carnivals and that sort of stuff is exercising. Yes, it is to a certain degree. But I mean, having it incorporated the correct way. Is there a correct way? Is there a...
I think the best way is the one that you enjoy, to be honest. I mean, the important thing is to be active. Like, if you're sedentary and you sit at a desk all day for your work, make sure you get up and do some exercise. Just make sure you enjoy it as well, because if you don't enjoy it, then why would you continue to do it, right? It's got to mean something to you.
It's definitely going to help if you enjoy it. But there's a lot that don't, and that's why we're here.
I know. Yeah. You're going to change that. So tell us about the atmosphere of T-Fit personal training studios. What will people experience when they walk into those doors?
Well, they're going to be comfortable, and they're going to feel like they're in a place of security. Walking into a gym can be very scary, and because we're private, and it's just me and Ben right now, people are going to feel that little bit more comfort. We're going to make them feel like they're in a safe place,
right.
And it's a scary thing doing something new, So we're there to hold their hands, take them through everything, and they're not always going to enjoy everything that that we have to do, But we do it in the most comfortable way possible.
Try to make it a fun environment as well.
Yeah, make it
so
fun.
We're always joking and stuff like that. So we want the clients to feel at home.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Have a little community going.
How can you give us some details on what T-Fit personal training studio membership is like, and what does it include?
So we don't necessarily have a membership because it is one-on-one training. It's based on per session. And so we do bill by the month.
Okay.
So depending on how many sessions, what package you decide to purchase will determine on what your, membership costs would be. We do like to offer a first session for free and consultation. So that gives you a chance to come in and check us out, check out the gym, make sure that we're a good fit.
Right. Now, in regards to offering that personal training service, the chances of you overlapping with somebody else is probably lessened, because some people can be a little taken back when you go to certain other organizations and you see those, what we see, Barbie dolls flaunting across, and then here we're coming and already got image issues.
Yeah.
I would take that it kind of eliminates that type of environment.
It definitely does. Yeah. Because at any given point, it would be myself and Ben, each with maybe 1 or 2 clients. So it's going to definitely be very private.
All with the same goal, of course.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
What? How many times a week would you suggest a person to be healthy should actually book training sessions if you're looking at it from a personal trainer's level? What is a healthy?
I would say at least 3 times a week, personally. Yeah. But I would say that a person needs to train at least 3 times a week. They don't necessarily have to do it with their trainer, but if they follow a plan, they should do it 3 times a week to get the minimum out of it.
Yeah.
And what are some of the benefits with working out with a personal trainer versus doing it yourself?
Motivation.
Yeah, motivation.
And safety.
Safety's a
definitely.
big one.
Safety's huge.
To avoid injuries.
Yeah.
We all watch Instagram and Facebook every day, and we see endless gym fails, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
We don't want to be that person.
What is a typical session like when working out with a personal trainer? Because, I've done it all pretty much, and you kind of fool yourself. And then you look at others around you with a personal trainer, and they're like dying. And I was like, oh, you wish you were me.
Yeah. I think that's intensity as well. That's having a trainer. You're going to definitely be pushed a little bit more outside your comfort zone.
Correct.
Which is where we need to be to see those results that we're looking to get.
Yeah, exactly. But again, there's a lot of reasons why people get a trainer. They want more out of their workout. So the personal trainer is going to give them that, right?
Yeah.
Let's talk about eating of food. How long before a workout should persons eat before a training session to ensure that they'll have enough energy to get through the fitness program? And some may think that just drinking a beverage, let's say for breakfast, you have your training session, you grab a granola bar, trying to keep under the mark, but then you're so low that you end up feeling very lightheaded and dizzy.
Okay.
So how early?
It depends on what time you train. Because you think if you train at 6 a.m., the likelihood is you're not going to get up at 4 a.m. to have a meal, right? So,
you'd be surprised.
Well, if people do, then hey, I would say eat 90 minutes before a meal, at least, maybe 2 hours. But again, if you're getting up for like 4 a.m. for a 6 a.m. session,
chances are no.
Chances are no, right? So training fasted or having not eaten generally works okay as long as you stay hydrated. So you got to make sure you get the water in. If you're not, you don't drink any water like yourself, then you might not feel great, but post-workout, you can get everything in you need.
Give me 3 essential exercises you always recommend for clients. Always.
We were talking about this the other day, and I don't know. I don't know that I could say there's 3 specific. It would really vary, I think, on the individual person and what their needs are.
And also what they're capable of doing, right?
Yeah, like capability.
If they don't have certain ranges of motion, then you can't like blanket prescribe exercises, right?
Yeah.
So we need to take each individual client in, like their needs.
Yeah, needs, wants, and functionality.
Yeah.
So before signing up to be a part of your one-on-one personal training sessions, what type of evaluation, what type of questions would persons have to share with you? It's one thing of just wanting to get trained by a personal trainer, but how important is it in being factual when it comes to your personal medical history?
That's really important. We need to know, your whole medical history, background, if there's any issues presently, physically, and as well as mentally as well. It's really important to know where somebody is in their life mentally. We're not just training somebody physically when they come in. We take into account their energy level when they come in. And you really get to know somebody in that way as we go on with our sessions. And I may have like a big, hard, heavy session planned, but they come in and I can sense their energy level.
Yes.
So that's going to have to change all of a sudden, So it's individually.
Yeah, definitely.
You're in tune to Radio Cayman's Business Buzz. I'm your host, Sabrina Turner, as we put the spotlight on our first segment this morning on T-Fit Personal Training Studio. They're located along 7 Mile Beach in that mid-seas building that's now all nicely painted for Kaboo Festival. And your hours of operation, Trina?
Anywhere is between 6 a.m. and 7 p.m.
Okay. We're going to take our first break for the morning. When we come back, we'll talk a little bit about the importance of customer service, skills and certifications, staying current through training, and weight training. So keep it locked for more on the Business Buzz when we come back.
The Cayman Islands boasts of a long, colorful, and rich history. In tribute to our roots, Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands, is pleased to bring you the Historical Vignette Series, sponsored by Cayman National Bank. Visit Cayman National Bank today for all of your financial needs. The Cayman Islands, he hath founded it upon the seas.
Turtling was once the paramount occupation of the early Caymanian settlers. The first economic system of the islands was a basic one, but one that afforded external dispersing. Turtles and turtle products were bartered to outside customers, who in turn supplied British wares, clothing, tools, fishing apparatus, and other manufactured necessities. Caymanians did not only fish their own waters, but also regularly sailed to the southern coast of Cuba, so much that due to the overfishing of Cayman waters, by 1800, 9 20 to 30 ton vessels were turtling exclusively off the coast of Cuba. After the Cuba waters became sparse, the fishers continued their pursuit further south to the Mosquito Key and the Central American coast.
Information from this historical vignette was sourced from the Maritime Heritage of the Cayman Islands by Roger C. Smith.
Radio Cayman's historical facts vignettes are proudly brought to you by Cayman National, with branches on all 3 Cayman Islands. Visit Cayman National Bank today for all of your financial needs.
Cayman National Bank has been proudly serving the Cayman community for over 40 years. With over 7 customer service centers and ATMs located throughout Grand Cayman, Cayman Brac, and Little Cayman, Cayman National makes banking easy. Whether you're out dining, shopping, or playing, we invite you to visit our customer service center, conveniently situated at Camana Bay, which offers full-service banking along with ample parking. I invite you to visit us at Camana Bay, where banking blossoms.
Think life insurance is only about leaving money for your family? Well, think again. Ask Teddy about products that will provide income in case of accidents or illness, here and now. Call Teddy on 917-4860. That's 917-4860.
For 50 years, Cayman Airways has been connecting the Cayman Islands to the world, welcoming visitors to our shores and taking residents to exciting destinations. Whether for well-earned vacations, productive business trips, or simply reconnecting with friends and family, Cayman Airways has been honored to be part of your lives for 50 years. Cayman Airways airfares are now on sale for some destinations for travel in the fall. Sale ends August 11th. Call 949-2311, contact a travel agent, or visit CaymanAirways.com.
The business topics that matter, an insightful and fresh take on a variety of issues that impact the local business environment.
Cayman's Business Buzz.
Welcome back to the Business Buzz that is proudly sponsored by Teddy Clayton of Pan American Insurance. Give Teddy a call today, 917-4860. Continuing to keep the spotlight on T-Fit Personal Training Studio. At one point or another, fitness enthusiasts are likely to either hire a trainer. Personal training is more than just putting someone through a tough workout. It's learning how to become a mentor, to motivate, and even a friend. Going above and beyond for each and every client is equally important. Trust leads to long-term loyalty, referrals, and new business opportunities. And I'm hoping with the new T-Fit Personal Training Studios recently opened into Old Mitzi's building next to the Grand Pavilion that Trina and Mr. Gillis will definitely build those. Really, yes, I had to go there with you.
Mr. Murray.
Mr. Ben Murray and Trina Gillis will actually build those new relationships with their customers as we tell you more of all that's being offered at T-Fit Personal Training Studios. Now tell us, how important is customer service to your clients?
Oh, that's very important. You have to connect with people. You want to make them feel as comfortable as possible, especially in our industry. So, you want to go above and beyond as much as possible.
Tell us about the skills and expertise that is needed to be a personal trainer and what it takes to work in the fitness industry. I'm quite sure it's almost like the spotlight is always on you. People are watching your carts to see what you pick up in the supermarket or even just out socializing. I'm quite sure you're always under the spotlight.
Yeah, somewhat. I think a lot of it comes down to just being passionate about what you do.
Mm-hmm.
Because then that resonates, right? Like when you're out at parties and stuff, you always get asked advice and stuff like that. Which is great, but it invades your life.
Yes,
for sure.
I'm quite sure.
But it's not a bad thing if you're passionate about what you do.
Yeah.
And which is again why it's so important.
We enjoy talking about it.
We do, yeah. Well, again, from a customer service perspective, you need to display empathy as well, like be able to connect with clients and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Now, how do you as personal trainers keep abreast with the new fitness industry, understanding the importance of social media, all the filters and all that's going on? How do you but just looking at it from the business perspective, how do you keep relevant?
I think keeping your education up and going, always doing some courses. Being in Cayman, it definitely is a little harder for us to just drop into a weekend here and there course and stuff. So, it's online certifications and stuff, just always that little bit of upgrading. And of course, Instagram and Facebook. There's so much out there. And it's filtering through to the good stuff.
Yes.
It's finding the good stuff to keep our eyes on.
Now, how do you compete as personal trainers, you into the actual training and more you into nutrition? How do you keep up with all of this stuff that you may find on Pinterest and Facebook? go on this diet for 7 days and lose 14 pounds. How do you keep up with all of that? Versus
really sure
what you're offering?
Yeah, I'm not really sure it's a case of keeping up. It's more about like you have a level of education, therefore you know what works and what doesn't. And you also know the reasons why it works. So if a client comes to us, we can tell them why they've lost 14 pounds in 7 days and stuff like that. We can tell them like why this diet works. It's not to say that anyone's bad or good. It's just that like if you know why, you can tailor anything to anybody.
How vital is it for making sure that we explain to young children the importance of exercise and just living a healthy lifestyle? Getting children involved.
That's so important, I think. And nowadays, too, we see, so much more, with the internet sitting in front of a screen, you see less and less physical activity in school. So,
Yes.
I think as parents or, people that can influence these young ones, we need to make sure that they see how important it is to keep moving,
Yeah,
Get
building
outside
good
and
habits in
play.
a kid's life,
And-
like
Mhm.
being
Yeah.
active and stuff like that. It's always
Yeah.
I'm sure part of your childhood, my childhood, maybe yours as well.
Right.
Like being active when we were younger was no big deal.
Right.
Easy.
These days, it is a big
You're
deal.
a couch
It is,
potato,
yeah.
pretty much playing Xbox or whatever.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
you have that. I can remember going outside because there was TV was minimal, and
We had two
forget about the
channels.
Xbox games.
Yeah.
You were outside climbing trees, even if you were a girl. You became a
Yeah.
tomboy.
Exactly.
You were
Definitely.
playing jump rope and Chinese skip, hide and seek that forced you to exercise. But we're seeing now, nowadays, it is more inside and on their smart devices.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That so their movement has seriously been
Very
diminished.
Yeah,
I
but their
think-
calorie consumption hasn't changed.
No,
Yeah.
that's gotten worse.
Which
It's
is
gotten- yeah, it's gonna
what's
say it's
causing
probably
issues,
worse.
right?
Yeah.
So I think as parents or older sisters and brothers,
Yes.
whatever it is, it's helping show those kids, teach them.
Now, for someone who's interested in really toning up their physique and getting ripped, what key things would they need in doing this, in building, being successful at muscle building?
Okay, so like muscle building or losing fat or ripping up or whatever, it's always going to come down to a combination of diet and training. Like you can't just rock up to a gym, train and expect to get in shape, because if you're still eating poorly, it's never going to show. So the diet needs to change as well as the training.
Diet is probably 80 to 90%.
Yeah, which is not
unfortunately.
something people want to
'Cause
hear,
that's the
but
hard
like
part.
it's the truth.
Yeah, yeah.
What is the best way to make contact or to get information about your services?
Well, they can give us a call at 923-1556, or they can email us at info@trinathetrainer.com.
Now, just looking forward, what's in store for T-Fit Personal Training Studios? Even though you've just opened, but I'm quite sure everyone has a vision of
Yeah.
where they want to be. And as far-reaching as this interview can go, there is a message behind the reason why you're being interviewed, because you're investing in your health. And you're given that one-on-one at the end of the day.
And it's so important for us to share what we have with everybody else out there and help them be better and be healthier, be fitter, feel better. For T-Fit, I hope that we, just keep expanding, and I hope that we get to the point where we need another trainer and another trainer, and, the more people we can help and make feel better and be healthier, that's our goal.
Now, for those who look at the holidays are coming up, and I can't believe I'm going there already, and, getting all fit and ready for the perfect black dress, as we may say it, or, what advice would you give to those persons who want to sign up for personal fitness or training for a specific event?
Do it in good time,
Yeah.
I would say. Don't leave it till the last minute, because if you want to get in shape quick, then the likelihood is you're not going to do it. But if you've got time, you stand more of a chance of getting there than if you try and rush it.
And I think you stand more of a chance of learning how to make it a lifestyle.
Right.
That's our big thing.
Yeah, making it
We really
sustainable.
want to see people make fitness and health a lifestyle. It's not a quick fix here or there. It's not a quick, 6-week diet to lose 30 pounds, to do, Bada Banu or
Yes.
stuff like that. It's really teaching people how to incorporate it into their life for the rest of their life.
Now, do you all believe in cheat days? We've decided to go on this.
Here we go.
Leaving cheat days. Well, they happen, so they're real.
Yeah. But I think, a cheat meal is something more realistic. It's something, and it's human. We're all human. I have those days where I stand at Paperman's getting my coffee and I really want that chocolate chip cookie. And 9 times out of 10 I say no, but there's that one time out of probably 6 that I say yes.
You see right there, there's a difference in culture right there. Her cheat meal is a chocolate chip
cookie.
Well,
no. There's cheat snacks. I do, we all have to incorporate those into our life because we are human. And we're going to have a glass of wine. We're going to have a drink here and there. We're going to have some cookies, some pizza, whatever it is, It's just learning how to limit it and make it a lifestyle.
That's the thing. It's making it a lifestyle. It's hard for people when they first start doing it because they're not used to it, right? Mm-hmm. They want to do it all in one day. They're going to cram that day so much that they're going to ruin the whole week.
Yeah. And then you feel sick because especially if you've been on a high protein or a lean diet and all of a sudden you go and you chug down some good old...
Yeah, you're going to feel terrible.
Cayman style beef. What is today? Tuesday? Yeah. But I mean, you have to look at what you're doing. Mm-hmm. And at the end of the day, the only one you're fooling is yourself.
Yeah.
So you're there as coach. Guidance. Yeah. You're the experts to it. But you have to make that personal decision in yourself of where you want to go and what you want to do with your body.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because you guys, we're not taking you all home.
No, exactly.
So you're going to be on your own.
That's the hardest part of a personal trainer's job, the 23 hours where the client isn't with us.
Yes.
So trying to get them to follow a diet plan while not being stood right next to them is super difficult. But if the person can do that, they're going to see 10 times better results than if they can't.
Yeah.
So for the sake of the listening audience, please tell them where you're located, hours of operation, and any other part and advice you would like to give to those persons, those aspiring bodybuilders, or persons just aspiring to get out of the nice gym wear on a Saturday to make it think you were doing something and get somewhere.
Well, as you said, we're located in the old Mitzi's building beside Grand Pavilion. We have the really cool, funky Kaboo painting, so you can't miss us.
Nope.
And our hours are Monday to Friday, 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. And, my
website?
Facebook we
page?
have Facebook page, it's TFit, Personal Training Studio. Go ahead, check out our page. We're always trying to throw something new up for you guys to see. And my parting advice is just start today. Yeah. Don't wait. Just start today.
Mr. Murray, your parting advice pertains to food.
No, not necessarily. But if you're looking to change your body, the first thing you want to change is your diet. Yes. It absolutely is. Training is much easier to put into someone's life than changing someone's diet.
Correct. Mm-hmm.
So if you can change even a small thing, like you said before the show, that you cut out soda and you saw a massive difference.
Big difference.
Such a small change, but a massive difference. Mm-hmm. Small changes like that add up over time. They're going to make a huge difference in people's lives. So if you can cut something out that you know is bad for you, that is the best first step.
And let me tell you, the feeling of just being 10, 15, 20 pounds lighter, the burst of energy that you have is priceless. Exactly. So you kind of wonder why we keep falling back. Yeah. Just because, it tastes good. And then you feel horrible afterwards. Mm-hmm. But if you're going to indulge in something that you're going to feel so guilty of, then why do it?
Yeah.
It has been a pleasure. Been speaking with Trina and Ben from T-Fit Personal Training Studios, and it's very informative, and I wish you all success in your endeavors. I'm not going to guarantee that I'm coming, but I'll have it in there at the forefront of my mind because it's investing in my health. It has been a pleasure.
Thank you very much.
Stay tuned for a time check, 8 o'clock news, and in the second segment, we'll be having a quick chat with a representative from Mark Beckford and Company. Over to you, Lynn.
All right, thank you, Sabrina. Time is now 7:59, brought to you by Price Right.
Price Right is Grand Cayman's warehouse shopping superstore, making your dollar go further with huge savings and no membership fees. Get more of the things you use every day at the right price. But it's not just grocery and health and beauty. Price Right has a full range of products from office to automotive, patio furnishings to kitchen appliances, and even electronics. And since warehouse prices mean savings for you, everything is priced right at Price Right, Grand Cayman's warehouse shopping superstore.
the voice of the Cayman Islands.
89.9 FM in Grand Cayman and 93.9 FM in Cayman Brac and Little Cayman.
Silver wings shining in the sunlight.
Radio Cayman.
Your community. News and information. Radio Cayman is your choice, your voice for today's biggest news. Radio Cayman.
With your latest news, I'm Carsley Fuller. Audio there from a video that captured a police chase over the weekend with a 24-year-old Georgetown man. Darren Goddell appeared before the summary courts this week on 2 counts of careless driving. The prosecution told the judge that officers got a call that a man in a white BMW was selling vegetable matter thought to be ganja, but the car left before officers could arrive. They later spotted a white BMW and pulled it over, where the suspect exited the vehicle, but when officers asked to search the car, he got back in and allegedly sped off. The judge heard that sometime later the suspect was eventually stopped, and a search revealed $600 in cash and small buds of what appeared to be ganja, along with a scale and plastic bags. Mr. Goddell was released with strict bail conditions, along with an interim disqualification from driving. The Family Resource Center is hosting a 3-day domestic violence intervention training program. Miles Ruby with the FRC says, along with interactive presentations from external facilitators, participants will be able to learn about ways to support individuals and families dealing with domestic violence.
It's really to increase sensitivity to the issue, understand how to handle, victims and the effects on children, and also the effects on the community at large, and how we can understand it better, so we can spot it and then provide the support and also connect those victims to the appropriate resources.
The free 3-day workshop, taking place August 29th through Friday the 31st, will be held at the Georgetown Library from 9 a.m. until 5 p.m. Get in touch with the FRC at 949-0006. You can also email them at frc@gov.ky to register. And in other news, 2018 Miss Cayman Islands Universe contestants ride in style as they gear up to take the stage this coming Saturday. Family, friends, and community members showed their support for each of the ladies over the weekend during the annual motorcade. Each contestant traveled by Jeep, and they got a chance to check out some of Cayman's historic landmarks. This year's contestants are Josani Schneider, Vanessa Douglas, Natisha Foster, Kayleen Jackson, Caitlin Tyson, Gabrielle Watler, and Tiffany Connolly. The pageant takes place at the Westin Grand Cayman Beach Resort and Spa. For more information on how you can be a part of it, check out facebook.com/Miss Cayman Islands. And now with a check of international news, here's the BBC who will take us out of the newscast. I'm Carsley Fuller from Radio Cayman's newsroom.
BBC News, I'm John Shea. A court in Germany has sentenced a mother and her boyfriend to 12 years in jail for sexually abusing her young son and selling him for sex to other paedophiles via the internet. The German couple were arrested last year along with 6 other men. The couple admitted their crimes in court. A man has been pulled alive from the wreckage of a mosque on the Indonesian island of Lombok as rescuers continue to search for survivors of Sunday's deadly earthquake. 3 bodies were also recovered. Elsewhere, a woman was rescued from a collapsed building after neighbours heard her cries for help. North Korea has released a South Korean man who was detained after crossing the border illegally late last month. The unification minister in Seoul said his repatriation was being taken as a positive signal as talks continue to secure the release of other prisoners held in the north. President Trump has said that anyone doing business with Iran will not be doing business with the United States. His remarks came hours after the US reimposed sanctions on Iran. Earlier, the Iranian President Hassan Rouhani accused the US of waging psychological warfare. An Israeli army tank has shelled a facility belonging to Hamas in the Gaza Strip, killing at least 2 members of the Palestinian militant group and wounding several others. The Israeli military said the attack was in response to gunfire from northern Gaza. Australia's population will reach 25 million for the first time today, a rise fuelled mostly by immigration. Most migrants have come from India and China. And a former soldier left with post-traumatic stress disorder after a British Air Force jet plunged from the sky has won hundreds of thousands of dollars in compensation from the Defence Ministry. The man was on an aircraft when the pilot's personal camera became jammed in the flight deck equipment, causing the plane to fall more than 1,000 metres in a matter of seconds. And that's the latest BBC World News.
Access. Information.
What's happening in your community? News and information, music and more. You can find us. www.radiocayman.gov.ky. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. Radio Cayman is your choice, your voice for today's biggest news.
Radio Cayman.
From happy beginnings to happy ever after.
BritK protects your lifestyle with the best insurance cover at the best possible price.
Health insurance with far-reaching benefits.
95% of claims settled in 5 days.
Low-cost life insurance.
And investments.
Security in retirement.
With a custodian pension plan.
For happy beginnings and a happy ever after.
Visit BritK.ky or call 949-8699.
BritK, where people come first.
Hi, this is your reigning queen, Miss Cayman Islands Universe 2017, Anika Connolly. Join me on Saturday, 11th of August at the Westin Resort and Spa to find out which one of the 7 beautiful contestants will take over my crown. I'm excited to announce that pageant tickets are now on sale at Sand Angels in Camana Bay and Funky Tangs in Georgetown.
Come out on August 11th at the Westin to support us for
the Miss Cayman Islands Universe pageant. There will be a cocktail reception at 6 p.m. and the show starts at 7 p.m. sharp. Lights, camera, glitz. We hope to see you there.
In financial news, global stock markets rose today as investors looked past U.S.-China trade tensions, and the price of oil increased after the U.S. imposed new sanctions on Iran. Keeping score, Germany's DAX rose 0.8% to 12,701, and France's CAC 40 advanced 0.7% to 5,516. London's FTSE 100 gained 0.7% to 7,716. On Wall Street, the future for the Dow Jones Industrial Average was 0.3% higher than that for the Standard & Poor's 500 Index, which was up 0.2%. Looking at Asia's day, the Shanghai Composite Index rose 2.7% to 2,779, and Tokyo's Nikkei 225 advanced 0.7% to 22,762. Hong Kong's Hang Seng added 1.5% to 28,248, and Seoul's Kospi was 0.6% higher at 2,300. In energy, the U.S. sanctions helped push up the cost of energy. Benchmark U.S. crude added 66 cents to 69.67 per barrel in electronic trading on the New York Mercantile Exchange. The contract rose 52 cents on Monday. Brent crude, used to price international oils, gained 97 cents to 74.72 per barrel in London. It advanced 54 cents the previous session. And in currency, the dollar declined to 111.20 yen from Monday's 111.40 yen. The euro gained to 1.1590 from 1.1554.
Watch out for great mobile value and exciting free gifts from Flow this summer. The Samsung Galaxy A8 is yours for as low as $43.25 a month, and you can enjoy 25 gigabytes of data, 2,000 texts, and minutes on a Flow postpaid mobile value plan. Sign up and have even more fun with free summer gifts from Flow, like air travel vouchers, movie tickets, sound systems, and more. Share your summer experiences with Flow. Visit discoverflow.ky for more. Terms and conditions apply. Watch out, summer. Flow postpaid mobile plans are sizzling.
Helps you to weather the storm during this hurricane season.
One of the most crucial elements of hurricane preparedness is storm awareness. During the season, it is of utmost to pay attention to the latest local weather forecasts, as hurricanes do not suddenly form or strike. There are various methods of advanced notification. Utilizing such may be the difference between a favorable outcome and disaster. Both television and radio serve as excellent mediums with up-to-the-minute storm path information in the wake of a hurricane. Another method of tracking a hurricane may be only arm's length away. Your smartphone or tablet can be your most valuable tool before, during, and after a storm, providing countless numbers of apps with crucial hurricane information. Many apps allow you to track storms with moving radar and satellite imagery, plus offer alerts, current conditions, forecasts, advisories, and even video.
This hurricane preparedness tip was brought to you by your community radio station, Radio Cayman, 89.9 FM.
Your weather update after 8 is brought to you by Brand Source Home Gallery, creating elegant bathrooms with European-style fixtures and fittings.
Good morning with your latest updates. Temperatures currently at 86 degrees. Relative humidity is now at 77%. Winds are coming out from the east at 5 knots. Barometric pressure is now at 30.0 inches and rising. Your overnight low last night was 80 degrees. Isolated showers along with some thunder are expected across the Cayman area for the next 24 hours as one tropical wave moves out of our area and another tropical wave currently east of Jamaica moves into our area overnight. Radar images show showers in and around the Cayman area, which are moving towards the west. Forecast for today, partly cloudy skies with 30% chances of morning showers and some thunder. Temperatures will rise to the low 90s. Winds will be east to southeast at 10 to 15 knots. Seas will be slight with moderate wave heights of 2 to 4 feet. Tonight, you can expect partly cloudy skies with 30% chances of morning showers and some thunder. Temperatures will rise to the low 90s. Winds will be southeast at 10 to 15 knots. Seas will be slight with moderate wave heights of 2 to 4 feet. Currently, we're under high tide. Low tide takes place today at 2:25 p.m. and high tide later on at 7:17 p.m. Sunset today is at 6:57 p.m. Sunrise tomorrow 6:05 a.m. Outlook is for similar weather conditions through Thursday morning. The official weather forecast has been prepared by the Cayman Islands National Weather Service and brought to you in part by Brand Source.
Your weather update after 8 is brought to you by Brand Source Home Gallery, creating elegant bathrooms with European-style fixtures and fittings.
Hi, I'm remodeling our bathroom. I have a few questions.
Sure.
What are some ideas to make my bathroom feel larger? How do I know if I'm picking the right vanity? How do I choose a new toilet or a new countertop? Also, the lighting is terrible. Can I put a window or a skylight? And do I really need an exhaust fan?
You've come to the right place. At Brand Source, we custom design kitchen and baths, and our talented design team can help answer your questions. Whether you're looking for a modern, functional family bathroom or a luxurious personal retreat, we'll help create that beautiful space that makes your home yours. And if you're in a rush for a new look and have a limited budget, our ready-to-install bathroom vanities, built with solid wood and countertops of the finest materials, are a quick and easy remodeling solution.
For the very best in custom-designed kitchens and baths, visit Brand Source Home Gallery on Dorsey Drive, Industrial Park, Cayman's new kitchen and bath center.
All right, taking a look at the roads out there today. No incidents reported as of yet. Take a look at the Shamrock area coming in from the east-west arterial. As you cross the Lantern Point area, traffic is moving quite smooth until you head to the roundabout. Things slow down quite a bit. Take a look at the King's Roundabout. Traffic is moving good in all directions. Everything seems to be clear as you head on towards the Linford Pearson Highway or perhaps an Old Crew Road. If you happen to be in the area next to the Bobby Thompson Way by the street lights, traffic is beginning to back up there just a little bit, and things are going a little bit slow as you come around the airport area as well. Moderate flow of traffic as you get into the C&B roundabout in all directions. If you happen to make it into town by Edward Street and Shedden Road, all is clear by the post office. And taking a look over at the airport, the airport road, all seems to be clear as well. Coming out from the west, everything seems to be clear as you head on out across the Westby Cemetery area, and across the Ritz area seems to be quite clear as well. You have a moderate flow of traffic as you head on over to the Godfrey Nixon Way, as you flow onto the Eastern Avenue area. And taking a look at the Butterfield Roundabout in all directions, traffic seems to be moving quite nicely today. Enjoy it, ladies and gentlemen, because we've got a few more weeks left before school starts back. With your latest traffic update, keep it locked right here on Radio Cayman for more information.
It's Pure Soul Talk, 7 a.m. on Sunday mornings with Spirit Biz 345. This is a radio segment that's fresh and new, it's non-denominational and fun, it's spiritual and motivational. Plus, you don't need to dress up or even to help pay into my building fund. Spirit Biz 345, about my Father's business. Listen in 7 a.m. Sundays, here and worldwide via streaming and on Facebook. God bless.
In local sports, Cayman's men's golf team are the 2018 Caribbean Amateur Golf Champions. Last week, the national team made history when they hoisted the Horman Cup at the North-South Golf Club for the very first time. Head coach Eric Fowler says the entire week was about keeping the team's spirits up and positive because he already knew they had what it took to win.
We would talk game plan very little. If they got down and out, I just would remind them that, hey, it's just one shot, one hole. We got plenty left to go. I just need you to keep focusing, stick with the game plan, and it'll come around. Some of the guys, it's a little bit more laid back. I can just get them smiling and laughing, whether it's, a casual joke or whatever I could do to put a smile on their face. That was really my main goal. And at the end of the day, it was letting these guys know that they were very well prepared, and all we had to do was stick to a game plan, and I knew they'd take care of the rest because they're all athletes and they're all great golfers, and their abilities showed.
A total of 70 golfers from 8 countries competed in the 62nd Caribbean Amateur Golf Championships held in Cayman last week. And in international sports, Egypt's goalkeeper Assam El Hardari says he's retiring from the national team after making history and becoming the oldest soccer player to play in a World Cup match during the tournament in Russia. The 45-year-old posted on Facebook late Monday, quote, "After 22 years, 4 months, and 12 days, I saw it as the best moment to hang up my gloves." El Hardari debuted for the Pharaohs in 1996 and says he's, quote, "very proud after playing 159 international matches."
Welcome back to the Business Buzz, the business topics that matter, an insightful and fresh take on a variety of issues that impact the local business environment.
Cayman's Business Buzz.
Good morning and welcome back to Radio Cayman's Business Buzz. I'm your host, Sabrina Turner, and we now put the spotlight on Mark Beckford & Co. and how it can work for your business. Mr. Mark Beckford is in studio with me to tell us more. Good morning, Mark, and welcome to our show. It is a pleasure. Now, Mr. Beckford has over 13 years' experience in the legal advisory services, both in public and private sectors here in the Cayman Islands. Mark is a graduate of the University of Liverpool, United Kingdom, and he also holds a legal practice certificate from the University of Belfast, Ireland. He's qualified as an attorney at law in the Cayman Islands, and in 2003, after completing his articles of clerkship with the law firm Appleby Cayman Islands, Mr. Beckford has also obtained an MBA from the International College of the Cayman Islands and a Bachelor's of Science degree in Business Administration from Northern Caribbean University in Mandeville, Jamaica. So tell us, Mr. Beckford, how you've decided to form the company and give us general synopsis of what your primary offering at Mark Beckford & Co. Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you again.
It's a pleasure to do that publicly.
Well, first of all, thanks for having me to give that I can have this opportunity to showcase my small law practice. I made a decision to, take a leap of faith after, being in the legal fraternity for some time. And, at some point you just ask yourself, well, what next?
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't really want to reach a certain age and said, what if? So I decided to do it. And so far, of course, with challenges, I'm still alive and kicking.
Yeah.
And, I found myself a little niche in the marketplace. And my major offering is basically in the transactional side of things rather than the litigation side. So I'm, on the corporate arena.
Okay. Now, you also assist in local businesses in immigration matters that relate to items such as refusals, deferrals pertaining to work permits and permanent residency. Elaborate a little bit more on that.
Right. And this is, I wouldn't say awkward, but funny. I made a decision not to compete with immigration services.
And you're talking to one of them.
Exactly.
But I'm in character, so no problem.
And I decided to more or less take the bigger legal issues head on, refusal, points of law, rather than, no disrespect, the, everyday application that you guys will make. So I just figure that, just cut out a little niche area rather than just go all out.
That's fine. I know my limitations, and that's why we're good at what we do. We're good at what we do because we know and we respect our limitations, and there's enough out there for everyone. But thank you for being so diplomatic.
I basically compliment your service.
That's right. We compliment each other.
Yes.
What services do you offer relating to corporate law, company formations, and trade and business licenses, understanding that's been going through its own form of overhaul?
Yes. well, corporate law is such a wide, it's a loaded question, loaded area. It's dealing with businesses, how they interact with community, how they're governed, relationship between directors, shareholders, investors. It's just a wide arena, of law. Company formation is one of my main areas that I focus on. Local businesses, and take it from the formation stage, and then to shareholders agreement if necessary, trade and business licenses, other work. Not much work permits. Very few clients may ask me. Where was that?
Annual returns, that sort of stuff, change of shareholders.
Thanks for that.
Yes.
Yeah, that type of corporate, offering to pull things together.
How can persons get in contact with you, Mark?
I have a website. It's www.markbeckfordandco.com. My telephone number is 769-2020. When I actually chose 2020, so that sounds like optician, but it's Clear Vision 2020, and so those are the two easiest ways to get in contact with me.
Now, your company also handles contract negotiations and partnership formation. Tell us about the importance of how those key elements play in a business based on what level you're talking about.
Well, in contract negotiations, Sabrina, a lot of persons and most of my clients believe that you get what you deserve. No, in contract negotiations, you get what you negotiate. And my job is to protect my clients' interests, to limit their risk in contract negotiations, to make sure that they get the best out of it. And at the end of the day, to make sure the contract is enforceable. If you look here, we in terms of a shareholders agreement, it's all about give and take. Rights, of the shareholder, protection of the shareholder, and just a way of having the business run effectively, and they all agree. And as I said before, you get what you negotiate, not what you deserve.
Now, when it comes to investment funds, legal opinion, legal research, what do you offer in this regard?
First, let me talk about investment funds. That's the area that I play alongside the big boys. Mutual funds, hedge funds, which are, whether regulated by SEMA or unregulated funds. I have, a number of years experience in setting those up for small, single, one-man, show, and for multiple investor funds. Legal opinion. It goes along with the transactional work I do, making sure that certain points of law, are clear, and something that the person who receives the opinion can rely on if anything should go sideways, as we say, in this world. Research, that is as long as it is wide. Now every time you delve into a certain area of law, you find what you're looking for. But at the end of the day, that's what makes a lawyer good. I think that he can delve into stuff and come up with what the law is over a certain period of time.
Now, if someone is interested in opening up a company here in the Cayman Islands, how can you assist them with company formation, business plan that goes with all of that? Because there are a lot of moving parts.
Yeah. As I said before, company formation is one of my main areas of focus. It's pretty standard to get the memorandum and articles of association and the organizational minutes and stuff like that. But although it's pretty simple, if you don't get it right, things could go really nasty. So regardless of it being not a rocket science process, it's something I do really well. Business plan, again, it's basically sitting down with the client and pulling out of the client what he really needs, where he sees the company is going, and people use it for different purposes, to attract investors, to get loaned, to have certain targets, so there's no hard and fast rule of how you do this. But, because of the the environment that I work in and the type of transactions that I've been involved in, it gives me a pretty rounded view as to how to pull this document together.
You're in tune to Radio Cayman's Business Buzz as we put the spotlight in our second segment on Mark Beckford & Co., which is a legal practice located right here in the Cayman Islands, offering a variety of services. Their novel cutting-edge approach gives clients the right option to choose from any of their services being offered to overcome any issues or to chart a new course, from business plans to company formation to commercial law. Now tell us about your notary services, notary public services.
Pretty simple. Witnessing documents, passport documents, administering to oaths, basically anything that needs a notary, attestation to it. Simple as you take it, sometimes a person are traveling and they need an authorization letter for one parent, or if they're not married, or the nanny's taking the child. So simple things. On the transactional side, especially for my overseas clients, they normally want to have documents legalized here. So, that's a different service. So I'll take the bundle of documents, have them notarized, and they go to the clerk of the cabinet to get legalization or apostille.
Apostille or authentication.
Yeah, so that's a different service. So it's as broad as it is wide.
Any additional information you'd like to leave for the listeners and audience? Like, where are you located?
I'm located at Suite 25 Grand Pavilion. That's on the West Bay Road. And, as I said before, my number is 769-2020. Feel free to give me a call, or you can email me at m.beckford@markbeckford.co.com.
Now, I got to ask, how does it feel from being an employee now to an entrepreneur? How has the transition been like? Not looking at the negative side, but I'm quite sure you've learnt.
Yes, yeah. There are challenges. I must put that out there. But this may sound simple, but I can tell you, when you don't have to apply for vacation and you set your own vacation, it's really, really amazing. So that in itself, it brings me a lot of joy. But I have been employer and employee myself only. I plan to expand organically. I just don't want to, bite off more than I can chew. And, there's a little surprise. I will be sponsoring someone to go to law school in September.
Excellent.
Doing my part. It may not sound as it's a big thing, but actually, it makes me proud because the person I'm sponsoring is my daughter.
Excellent.
So at least I'll have someone to, pass it on to.
That's succession planning right
succession
there.
Planning right
key
there.
thing, Mr. Beckford.
Right.
Well, it has been a pleasure. Unless you'd like to say anything else to our listening audience, please do so at this time.
I would just like to say that, any young Caymanian out there who feel that, you have that deep gut feeling inside of you and you're prepared for the challenge, feel free to take it on. You can always do other things, but never live to regret what if.
Mr. Mark Beckford of Mark Beckford & Co., thanks for sharing with us, and thanks for allowing us to put the spotlight on your organization. All the best to you.
Once again, thanks for having me.
Up next, we'll be speaking with representatives from Pan American Insurance, so keep it locked to Radio Cayman Business Buzz for more.
Hi, my name is Diane Manderson. My agent, Teddy Clayton from Pan American Insurance, was there for me from day one of my accident on October 2017. And up until now, I have been compensated for my pain and suffering. I would recommend Pan American Insurance. Contact agent Teddy Clayton on 917-4860.
Hi, this is your reigning queen, Miss Cayman Islands Universe 2017, Anika Connolly. Join me on Saturday, 11th of August at the Westin Resort and Spa to find out which one of the 7 beautiful contestants will take over my crown. I'm excited to announce that pageant tickets are now on sale at Sand Angels in Camana Bay and Funky Tangs in Georgetown.
Come out on August 11th at the Westin to support us for
the Miss Cayman Islands Universe pageant. There will be a cocktail reception at 6 p.m. and the show starts at 7 p.m. sharp. Lights, camera, glitz. We hope to see you there.
Did you know that improperly packaged garbage can cause injury to DEH garbage collection crews? Help preserve the health of our collectors by ensuring that your household garbage container weighs no more than 40 pounds when full and has proper handles to facilitate easy lifting. Avoid placing broken glass, syringes, or other sharp items with your regular household garbage. Instead, dispose of these items at the 24-hour drop-off site located at the entrance of the Georgetown landfill. Do your part. Keep our communities clean and our collectors safe. For more tips on proper waste handling, visit DEH website at www.deh.gov.ky.
Welcome back to the Business Buzz, the business topics that matter, an insightful and fresh take on a variety of issues that impact the local business environment.
Business Buzz.
Welcome back to the Business Buzz, a jam-packed show this morning, and it is indeed a pleasure for me to have our proud sponsor, Pan American Insurance here. Representatives will be speaking with me this morning and letting us know all that's going on with Pan American Life Insurance Group. Their slogan is, people you can trust for life. I'm pleased to have joining me in studio Ms. Greer Kwan, Chief Executive Officer. She's joined by Ms. April Patton, Group Manager, and Mr. Teddy Clayton, the agent of Pan American Insurance. Again, for all your needs, give Teddy a call, 917-4860, or their business is 949-8304. It's a pleasure to have you all in studio.
Good morning. Thank you. Good morning.
It's always good when we feature our sponsors, because without you, these shows are not possible. So please, I invite you to share some history on Pan American Life Insurance Group for our listening audience.
Sure. So Pan American Life has been actually in existence for 107 years. It's a company that was established in Louisiana, and now it has a footprint all across the Americas. So it's in the U.S., it's in the Dutch Caribbean, in the Eastern Caribbean Islands, across, of course, in Trinidad and Tobago, Barbados, and then all across of Latin America. So it's 13 countries making up the Caribbean operations out of 23 across all of Pan American's footprint.
Oh, excellent. So what is your vision for Pan American in Cayman? What's the vision?
So in Cayman, we plan to grow our international footprint by servicing the health and life needs of the Cayman Islands. We have some very unique products that we can bring together to make things like required health insurance a bit more affordable and a bit more palatable. And we have personal accident products that we can combine with the standard health contract that will make having those insurances in place much easier and much more beneficial.
So what main products do you offer here in Cayman?
So we have our regular medical dental vision. And then, of course, which Teddy will speak a bit more to, we have our personal accident programs, which are what we use to accent, if you will, our health products.
Let's take it over to Teddy right now. Let's talk about those. Let's talk about that.
So, we have been pushing to help people get their insurance intact as it relates to the personal accident. We provide sickness in hospital benefits, and we also provide for people should they have an accident anywhere in the world. Mm-hmm. Once the doctors can confirm and their workplace can confirm they're not at work, we come in and we provide for them. So it's not all of what you earn, it's 75% of it, right? But it is something that will fit in. So you're working $4,000, we give you 3 out of the 4 and help you on your way until you get back to work. And one last thing, it doesn't matter that your workplace is paying you. You have a contract with us, we pay what we plan and promise.
What has been the response like?
The response has been very, very receptive. I must be honest, we have not gotten a negative response to Pan American products yet on the market, and I'm in the market. People are very glad that there is help. Many people have been losing their houses, etc., because they have been sick, they have had an accident, and they don't know where to get money, right? If they have this product or these products, chances are they will be able to at least pay their rent or pay their mortgage, and get some food. Maybe can't go to the movies because not everything, but at least, we can deal with what is there.
I would also say that that in relation to our group personal accident products and our individual personal accident products, they are ranked amongst the best in the industry. We're also a market leader in relation to our credit life and mass marketing products. So we are well received within the Caribbean diaspora.
Yeah, and one thing I'd like to add, because health insurance is required in the Cayman Islands, as we all know, there's the standard health insurance contract. the personal accident program is a major complement to that. Like as Teddy was explaining, we have the basic contract for health insurance, which is your bare minimum of health, which a lot of people, that's what they want to have. The personal accident allows for the salary replacement. That pays back your deductible, pays other expenses that particular contract may not cover.
Right.
So they go very well hand in hand, and they can be done on an individual basis. But we do have a lot of companies that do that for their employees and take it out on a group basis as well.
What would you say to those persons who may be contemplating on buying insurance? Why your company? I love the 75% for sure.
Well, right now we have 65,000 lives covered in the Caribbean.
Excellent.
65,000 plus people trusting us for their insurance needs. We are a health, life, and accident insurance provider, so we have a key competency in those areas. Understanding the markets, we really do a lot of digging in, deep diving, and analysis about what the various markets need. I think that another thing that we do is make sure that there's a great amount of flexibility, particularly on the group side, customizing plans to suit our customers' needs. And on the individual side, we have people like Teddy that will make sure and service customers on a personal basis.
Yeah, very, very personal touch that we have with Pan American.
Now, in regards to health insurance cover, what are some of the key characteristics that Pan American has to offer?
So Greer kind of hit on a couple of those. Being fairly new to the Cayman Islands, we got to sort of take a step back and see what's already out there. So allowing us to step in and see how we can better that. One of the key things that we do is we do very customized plans. So if we have a group that they have a plan and they may predominantly male population, they may want to tweak that benefit plan. Or, to the other side, they may want to have the standard health insurance contract, but they may want to have more dental and vision with it.
Right.
So we have the ability to tweak the plans for them. We can take our group sizes down to very small or very large. We have a couple of association programs, which allows us to spread that risk over similar industries. So we're very customized, I think, is one of the biggest things. We also have our business locally. We have feet on the ground. When you call and you need to find out about benefits or details about your premium, we're here to answer your phone. It's a very personalized service here. And the fact that we're able to add the personal accident programs for relatively inexpensive, that's a very big plus for us.
Now, if someone listening is wishing to sign up for a life insurance policy with your company, what is required? Will they even have to get a medical done?
Okay, let me answer that question. Some of our products do require medical, and more so, all life products, term products, they do require medical depending on the amount you're buying. There are some that you don't have to do a medical, but it's still the underwriters call if they want to require medical. As it relates to the personal accident, we don't necessarily require medical. Occasionally, though, if a person might be a bit off, the underwriters might want to take a look at that diabetes or that hypertension to see if it is under control. And if it is, they will get the product. If it is not, then we'll ask them to get that under control before we provide help.
Now, in the situation where a policyholder falls ill whilst on vacation, not on island, what steps can be taken to ensure that they're covered whilst on vacation or just, making a trip?
Well, let me answer that one, by giving an example. We have two experiences where, as now on my desk, there is this gentleman who went to Jamaica on his vacation. He was trying to paint a house, went too far and fell and broke his leg, unfortunately.
Wow.
Right? Now, it happened in Jamaica, but we are paying the premium, paying him his coverage, because the truth of the matter is it provides you with 24 hours worldwide provision and protection. And the only two requirements that we require, one is that a doctor confirms the truth of what you're saying and that your workplace confirms that you are not at work, because we're really trying to help you while you are not at work.
Correct.
When you get back to work, then the payments stop. And then if something happens again, then we get back to helping you move forward.
April, maybe you can talk a little bit about the network as well.
Yes. So Teddy's speaking to you about the personal accident, and that is what one point that wants to be clear on that is that it's not just a one-time accident. Once you go back to work, the benefit starts again, right? So if another accident occurs, the plan kicks in. On the health side, we are a part of the United Health Care Network in the United States, but we also have major networks all over the world. So on the back of your ID card, you have a 1-800 number, and you just call, and we verify the benefits, and you're taken in to have your treatment. So there's no issue there. We do have, because Cayman is a very transient place, we do have a lot of folks that may have medical situations or issues that they may want to go back home.
Correct.
So once they let us know that, we will work with the doctors back home with them so that they can try to get their benefit up front and not have to pay first and then be reimbursed. So we've been quite successful with that in Jamaica and in Honduras and the Philippines, where we've been able to send folks home to let them have a baby.
Correct.
Or if they have to have a minor surgery, people want to recover back at home with their family. So we're able to organize that beforehand.
We also have our own international care center that is staffed with medical practitioners that can help people through that entire process.
Now, we've heard a number of complaints on various other forums about the exorbitant expense in monthly premiums for health insurance for small businesses, because it seems as though the smaller you are, the more premiums you have to pay. What gives you your niche, and why should one, especially small businesses, consider hearing what you have to say? Based on what coverage for the monthly premiums?
Right. I think for Pan American, because we concentrate solely on the human life, if you will, we only provide medical, dental, vision, personal accident. We do have that niche, so we're able to keep our premiums down. We're not worried about property and casualty. We're not worried about the weather and major car incidents and that sort of thing. So we're able to keep our rates down for that. The other thing is that we've been able to spread our risk across many lives, like I was saying earlier, with a couple of the local programs that we have, but also we have multinational programs that allow us to spread that risk and lower the premium. But that also goes back to when I was talking about customizing a benefit plan. If I have a group of 3 and they want very specific benefits, we will take it to underwriting and do our best to get that group the benefits that they want at the rates that they want.
Good to know. How can persons get in contact with you? You may have sparked an interest right there.
Well, on the island, it's definitely through Teddy's area, and then of course April. So
so my number is 949-8304. It can also be reached on my cell, which is 916-5080. Pretty much everybody has that, and that's on your medical, dental, vision. That's pretty much on any of the products that we offer, because I do get a lot of folks that call on everything, and if it's not something that I will readily be able to write, I'll put them over to Teddy and Lester on the personal accident side, and we'll look to combine the products in as much as we can. And Teddy's, I think everybody knows Teddy's.
Oh yeah, he's here on Radio Cayman. But I'm getting that Teddy is more the life and the accident, and I'm getting more you're from the corporate side for medical. Am I right there?
That's correct.
Absolutely.
So that's an additional number that we need to put on this promo.
917-4816, April's number. But there's one quick thing I want to say.
Go right ahead.
As it relates to the life, many banks have been telling people buy term life insurance because they want to protect themselves. If the person died, they get their money.
Yes.
I have been saying to my clients, buy a whole life insurance that grows cash. It's more expensive, yes, but here's the thing. You would have spent $30,000, for example, over a 25-year period on a term life. At the end of the day, you have nothing. Mortgage pay, but nothing.
Yes.
You pay $49,000 over the same period on a whole life, but when you look at your cash value, you see $138,000 or something like that. So you wanna give consideration to buying whole life products that will grow cash with you. Is it a man work or is money work? Make your money work with you.
There you go. This is Radio Cayman's Business Buzz. We're speaking with various representatives of Pan American Life Insurance. Give Pan American a call today, 949-8304. For your whole life accident disability, definitely call Teddy Clayton of 917-4860. We'll be right back after this short message.
Hi, my name is Diane Manderson. My agent Teddy Clayton from Pan American Insurance was there for me from day one of my accident on October 2017. And up until now, I have been compensated for my pain and suffering. I would recommend Pan American Insurance. Contact agent Teddy Clayton on 917-4860.
The All Nations United Pentecostal Church presents Youth Week 2018, August 5th to 10th. All youth are invited to participate in the theme New Heights, No Limits with Minister Curtian Fraser out of Jamaica and Minister Shane Brown out of Florida. Youth Week starts off Sunday, August 5th with day service at 10 a.m. followed by a motorcade at 3 p.m. Night services run from Sunday through Friday, August 10th at 7 p.m. The day session will be held on Wednesday, August 8th from 9:30 a.m. until 2 p.m. Youth Week, August 5th to 10th at the All Nations United Pentecostal Church, 23A Woodlake Drive, Georgetown, Grand Cayman. Visit allnationscayman.org for more information.
As parents and a community, it is our desire to have happy children who are able to cope with all of life's challenges. However, despite our loving support, sometimes our children suffer in silence and put on a brave face. Do you suspect that your child is experiencing problems, secretly struggling to cope, and is overwhelmed? If there is a possibility that they are anxious, experiencing troubling thoughts, and are suffering in silence, it is important to seek professional help. The Ministry of Community Affairs, in partnership with the Alex Panton Foundation, is hosting 5 community presentations on self-harm prevention this month and in September. These free talks cover how to spot the warning signs and who to turn to for expert advice. A question and answer will follow each talk. To get more information on the dates and venues of these presentations, please call 244-2426 or visit the Cayman Islands government website today.
Welcome back to the Business Buzz, the business topics that matter, an insightful and fresh take on a variety of issues that impact the local business environment.
Cayman's Business Buzz.
Welcome back to the Business Buzz and keeping the spotlight on Pan American Life Insurance Group. I'm pleased to be joined in studio by Ms. Greer Kwan, Chief Executive Officer, who's joined by Ms. April Patton, Group Manager, and Mr. Wilbert Teddy Clayton, Agent of Pan American International Insurance Corporation, telling us more. We've talked a little bit about the history, the vision of Pan American here in Cayman, and we're going into the main products that are being offered right here in Cayman, and we're other related topics we intend to get into by the end of this show. But let's talk about, the disability insurance. Curious to hear about your views on the value of disability insurance. Even if we tackled a little bit about that at the beginning, it's just making sure that we make sure people understand and dissect it a little bit more.
What disability insurance is all about is this provision of help in case you are incapacitated by some sickness or accident. We are saying that, you don't need to live in fear that there is no money coming in, right? So we provide for you up to 75% of your income, different from a sickness in hospital benefit. We even provide what we call convalescent care. That big word just simply means that the person is not sick enough to be in the hospital, but not fit enough to go back to work. So while they're in the recuperating stage, we provide another 50% of whatever we gave them in the hospital. So it is really comprehensive in that we try to help. And we have seen so many people. I got a call a couple of Sundays ago, and this young man said to me, "Boss, it's not good." I said, "What happened?" He said, "Well, my foot broke." I said, "Okay, could you have food?" No. So I got him some food. I rushed down there, right? And he was really in a cast. Start working on the paperwork, and now monies are being prepared for him to have some money, right? He can't work, and he get paid daily. In other words, his work is based upon hourly paid. Right. So if he's not working, he doesn't get money, right? But here Pan American comes into the picture, and we are now providing him with help, in this time of need.
So what if someone wanted to insure their whole family for the disability coverage? What is this process? What is the process like to do so?
Well, if you want to insure your whole family, we do have different packages. We have single family, wife and husband, mother and child, different packages that we put together. And having put these packages together, the good thing about it is that, you can tell us what you want, and we are able to, do something for you along the line that you desire. Mm-hmm. All right. So it is not, for example, a person will say, "How much does this cost?" Mm-hmm. And I say, based on this, what are you willing to invest on your own life? Mm-hmm. And so you can determine that, and we'll go to the computers and we will work the figures out for you. It might be $1 over, $1 less, but at least it's almost what you want.
Share with us more details regarding disability coverage as it's geared specifically for persons with a terminal illness.
Well, That's a technical question. I laugh because we'd want you to have this thing before the illness come, right? However, for a person who has hypertension and diabetes and things like that, we can provide help for you. You will not get everything. You might not get the sickness benefit, but you certainly can get the accident benefit because you'd have had what we call a pre-existing condition, right? So independent of that pre-existing condition, we are able to provide you with, for example, our cancer plan, right? We find that we have a high level of cancer here. And we are trying to say to people, we don't like the name. It named Cancer Care. We don't like the name, but it's what it does that we are interested in. And what it does for you, it says, look, get this plan in place. It provides you with $40,000 immediately once the doctor says it's cancer. It provides you with another $12,000 per month once you're in the hospital. It provides you $10,000 for chemotherapy and some little other tributaries like, $40 a day for doctor visit, etc. And it carries with it $100,000 worth of life insurance in case, God forbid, you have died. Mm-hmm. So it provides a family protection. So there's help there, right? I know I have a friend, I was trying to talk to him about insurance for the longest while. Didn't want insurance. One day he came, they want this insurance. And I said, what the rush? He was diagnosed with cancer. I can't help you now, my brother. Wow. You understand what I mean? So we are saying, let us deal with the thing prior to that. If it happens, we don't want it to happen to you.
Prevention is better than cure.
Thank you very much.
Right. And our cancer care program is very, very effective and not expensive. On the health insurance side, pre-existing conditions are basically non-existent due to the laws, but we see a lot of these sicknesses come through. And oftentimes when I go out now to talk about the health insurance, I do bring up our cancer care. And I do bring up our personal accident because our disability, everybody says, oh, I need life insurance. I need life insurance. I need life insurance. But the point is what if you don't die and something else happens?
Yes.
And it's not only that you're not providing for you, but you may not be providing for your family, your spouse, your children. You might be taking care of your mother or whatever the case may be, right? So it's not always about just straight life. And I'm not saying don't have it because you absolutely should. But the disability is very important. And the cancer program, I do push probably a bit more on my side because on the health side we see it so much. Cayman has it a lot, and like Teddy says, by the time you've been diagnosed, we can't cover you.
So looking at it from the corporate side, I'm going to throw it at you, Ms. Panton. For small business, let's say under 5 or 3 persons, micro business, is shopping around for health insurance coverage for their staff. Can you explain how you can get the basic health insurance coverage that includes the wellness, the optical, the dental, and then throw on that disability side in the event that the owner, again, we're talking small business, micro business, how does it work when they're shopping around to say, whoa, I didn't realize we could do this?
Right. So what they would do is they would call me and I would walk through what their numbers are, what their statistics are. And I would ask them, what do they want? Do they want the cancer care? Are they looking for just basic life and accidental death and dismemberment? What sort of disability level of protection are they looking to have? We do take groups starting at 3, so that's important to note. We have, depending on the circumstances and if they're part of other groups, we can go down to 2, depending on if they're part of other groups. I do encourage to call us and let us know what you're looking for so that we can see how best we can work with you. During that process is when I ascertain, do they just want, medical, dental, and vision, or do they want to have, some personal accident protection on the side? And we are seeing a lot of people gravitate towards, because I can't reiterate, for example, if they're a smaller group and they want a good plan, but they want good rates, so they increase the deductible. Well, the personal accident programs offers reimbursement of that deductible. Yeah. So you've got to figure out how to match it to what they're looking for, and that's something we can do at Pan American.
And I would say that all of our agents and sales reps, they focus on needs-based selling. So they talk to the clients and understand what their needs are. Sometimes in going through an analysis with a client, they think that they want something, But when you assess
it's something else.
It's something completely
That's
different.
why it's important to have that conversation. It's one thing of going on your website and assuming this is what I need, but you need to have that person-to-person dialogue. And that's where Teddy brings the personal interaction for life and what you specialize in. And that's why Ms. Panton brings what she brings to the table. It's two different spectrums, but you can marry them all. One happy family. That's why you're here.
That's what we are.
One of the things that we really concentrate on is living benefits. In other words, in my history, I've heard when you're dead, you get insurance for family. No, we are saying you who have bought the product, you need to benefit
as well,
from the product. And so we are really emphasizing that you live and enjoy, right? Not just endure suffering, but enjoy being alive and knowing there's help.
I totally agree with you. In closing, what are some main points in your own individual capacities would you like to leave with our listeners regarding Pan American Life Insurance Group of companies?
So certainly for me, please give me a call for all of your health insurance needs. Again, don't just take a look at the website and think you know what you do need or don't need. Please give us a call and let us listen to your situation and help you best to take care of you and your best living life. That's what I would say on my side.
Teddy's side for the life.
I really want to see people get help. We want to know that something can happen for you in case something happened to you. And this is where we come in the picture, providing you with that financial background. Because everything you turn to is going to require money. And therefore, what we can do, we can help if you'll allow us to.
Our tagline is service you can trust for life. And I think that says it all.
Wow. See, she was smart. She just did it.
Just went right in there.
That is powerful. Again, it has been a pleasure. And thank you for allowing us to put the spotlight on Pan American International Insurance Corporation. To you, Teddy, we want to thank you for personally sponsoring our show every Tuesday and Thursday. It's a beautiful partnership, an excellent marriage. Not really, but it is indeed a pleasure. Thank you all for coming on our show.
Thank you for having us. Thank you for having us.
For more information, again, give Pan American a call, 949-8304. Or you want to reach out to Teddy, give Teddy a call, 917-4860. It has been a pleasure. Thank you for being our guest. Thank you for tuning in to Radio Cayman every Tuesday and Thursday for the Business Buzz. Until Thursday, have a safe and fabulous Tuesday.
Hi, my name is Diane Manderson. My agent Teddy Clayton from Pan American Insurance was there for me from day one of my accident on October 2017. And up until now, I have been compensated for my pain and suffering. I would recommend Pan American Insurance. Contact agent Teddy Clayton on 917-4860.
89.9 Radio Cayman helps you to weather the storm during this hurricane season.
One of the most crucial elements of hurricane preparedness is storm awareness. During the season, it is of utmost importance to pay attention to the latest local weather forecast, as hurricanes do not suddenly form or strike. There are various methods of advanced notification. Utilizing such may be the difference between a favorable outcome and disaster. Both television and radio serve as excellent mediums with up-to-the-minute storm path information in the wake of a